Some very few families with kind hearts might understand the situations that street children go through. They might give them a couple of coins or money notes, or might bring the remaining food from the last night's meals. Seeing all these events, the street boy has nothing to do with it. He had continued to scavenge and hope for a better tomorrow. Both those who are receiving proper parental care and those whose lives were affected lonely wish for a better tomorrow and a bright future. A couple of yards away from his living area is lived and cared for by one of the most beloved boys in the whole city, the son of the city mayor. Almaz is lucky to have his mother and father on his shoulders. He feels that is protected, loved, and was given the best food. In the evening, he is given a nice meal, bathed with warm water, and dressed up in woolen clothes. They both, Almaz and Drew, lived in the same area only a couple of yards apart, but different in the protection, care, and love they received. This reminds the Somali song sung by Abdina Alael with the lyrics. Maxi Dantu Si Shawilu. Dulkad Eo Deek Leahu. Dadkun Dokun Mudayan. Maxar Dear Kad Jil Hababu, Dib Jira U Kune Dugago. Ninki Laha Deduya. Waktigu Wiz Darba Sokda Adu Dagana Abar. Mabu Diria Ku Diayu. Daruruhu Ku Katanu. Zarid Ku Dabalatar. Inti Dikda Id Makantahe. Hadiadin Hana Ayale Dagalin. Dubka Igu Yali. Wadnahiga Damkashada Kadar which roughly translates as how many patient and generous boys' life conditions ruined. And people think they were fools. How many camels are lost in bright summer eaten by predators. And the owner is still in search. As time passes while you have lived in drought, once you receive cloudburst. Clouds start to rain and you swim with its floods. Some of the line is roughly translated. Drew is tired of being a scavenger, tired of being homeless in the city. This is how life on the earth is, where some people believe life is not fair. Drew is about to give up his life and says, in every big city, you can see rich and poor live side by side. Leaders and civilians live side by side. Some few leaders in the world today understand or have a feeling about the conditions of their people, especially neighbors. If you observe, all the big cities like London, Washington D.C., Rio de Janeiro, Delhi, Cairo, or Mogadishu, you might see nice roads, tall towers, and nice new cars driven at a thrilling speed by well-dressed young boys or girls. But in reality, life in these cities is different. It is obvious that there are many disadvantaged residents lived in such big cities. They may not get the support they need to move up the economic ladder. The support they need can be access to education, training skills, or any other job opportunity. In some villages, homeless people are turning into the source of violence and disorder. They rob or steal to live. Drew asks himself, I need to have a bright future, go to school, feed enough, and later become a skilled person, but life is not dragging me in that direction. What can I do now? Every evening I go to sleep hungry and get up while I am chased by city people. If by chance opportunity knocks at my door, I cannot even grab it, I do not commit because of drug addiction. One night, the whole city was falling into darkness and silence. Vehicles were parked except a little and the streets widened. Most people disappeared to take shelter. Drew is very hungry and cannot go to sleep without eating. Restaurants and hotels in the city were closed and workers left for their homes to rest. He is closely monitoring the movement of cars and people. Some of the people carry bags, but Drew does not know what is inside those bags. Is it money or food? That is what constantly comes into his mind. He might even need or recognize even if he was given a thumb size of a diamond or gold. But his most needed thing of the night is food. He is sitting on the floor leaning against a wall. His legs are open and his heels are well placed on the ground. His left hand is folded on his chest and his right hand is on his face. The wind carries dust and small pieces of torn plastic bags through the air, blowing on his face disrespectfully. He held his head up and opened his eyes gently, screening from anything strange at 90 degrees from right to left as a lion king on a night mission. Huff, he breathed out. It looked like little smoke coming out of his mouth and nose. At night the city temperature falls to lower degrees. Sleeping outside of the building is difficult, it might get too cold. Oh, someone had stolen my jacket today. Drew rubs his hands together for several seconds to warm his neck and forehead. Both hunger and cold are the two most disturbers that the street children encounter. His body movement is more and more. If I stay here, no one will bring me dinner. All these walking people are not paying attention to me. No kind heart that will give me some money so that I have a nice meal for the night. I have to move to Sileo, said Drew. Sileo is a beautiful village which mostly hosts high-income families. Early in the morning and late at night, most dustbins in this village used to be full of food leftovers. These leftover foods attract both homeless people and wild animals for scavenging. Drew was exhausted and sat down close to a clean, nicely built home. Over his head is an open window. Inside there are several boys watching TV sitting next to their mother and father. Stop watching and have dinner before it is late, said the mother. Mother started to scold the boys, calling them to eat their dinner, go to sleep early, to wake up early in the morning for school. Mother repeated again and again. One of the boys replied, "Mom, I am not hungry." He wants to enjoy watching his favorite movies. The other boys did not eat, even did not have time to reply. Will they give me if I ask? I do not think so. Why don't you bring this food into the dustbin if they are not hungry to eat? Let me wait, they will bring it either fresh now or decayed days later. Drew was about to ask for food, but he was afraid to be chased away instead of giving food generously. Mother said, "Boys, you should stop watching and shut off the TV. You have to get up tomorrow early. Me and your father will accompany you attending the opening ceremony of the new school year." The boys are still reluctant to stop watching or even to eat. Mother said, "Are you guys coming to dinner or not?" Drew believed that they were lucky enough to be surrounded by people who cared and said, "I am so hungry. I am feeling so much headache. Outside is very cold. Other people have someone who cares, but not me. I cannot stay in this way till the sun dawns. To stress out, I have to sniff my last drop of glue." He did it. Drew was holding a small white bottle where liquid glue's inside it.